there's something special about summer love, don't you think? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we sent 3 of my producers on blind dates to see if we could find them a match. It's kind of payback, actually, because they did that to me about 4 or 5 years ago. But, you know, I needed some help, so please welcome Sebastien Centner and Jessica O'Reilly. You look great. Great to see you. Hello, darling. Okay. They're not bad to look at, are they? So let me tell you, as if you don't know, but just to remind, Sebastien is a celebrity event planner turned matchmaker, and this was all your idea.
Yeah, I don't know what
How did it come to be?
So, you know, we were shooting another episode for you, and I was with one of your producers,
right,
Alex, and we were joking about, she was complaining about how hard it was to find a guy in Toronto.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm a bit of a hopeless romantic, and I thought, why not? Let's do this. Let's actually try and find dates for these producers. So we enlisted the help of Bumble. I designed a bunch of dates, had the 3 producers.
How many Bumble?
400.
Oh!
Is that mean 400 guys? 400 guys.
It's a lot of guys.
It was a lot of guys. So I was a bit overwhelmed. So I enlisted the help of my 2 boys who have a lot more experience dating than I do recently.
How old are they? How old are they?
20 and 17.
And what are their names again?
Colson and Logan.
Okay.
And they were all over this.
Okay.
And we managed to whittle it down to guys that we thought would be good matches.
Okay, so Jess, your part in this whole thing, because we had to bring you in too, is actually breaking down the dates. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And, you know, giving a little bit of insight before the date, because we treat blind dates differently than we treat other types of dates. And I think that we need to approach these blind dates with a more open mind and not get hung up on chemistry and first impressions. We tend to treat blind dates as though we're swiping left or swiping right. But slow it down, because chemistry is something you cultivate. It's not something you find. It's a very Western notion to think that you have to have...
Yes. You're going to get it.
Yeah. And so that's the first thing that I suggest to these daters. And the second is, don't treat it like an interview. I know they're producers, but let it be an experience, because oftentimes we're trying to learn everything we can about a person in a span of 2 minutes. And guess what? In marriages, you don't even know each other fully after 20 years. So slow down. There's plenty. It's true, right?
True.
Yes.
True.
Okay, so question, before we meet our producers, how many years have you married?
23.
23 to Sheila, how about you?
17. No, 12 married.
12 married,
17 living together. That's when I
Okay, there you
started
go.
counting, when he moved in.
It's time to meet our producers. Let's do that right now.
Hi, I'm Alex. Hi, I'm Tara. Hi, I'm Leslie. In terms of my personality, I think someone else put it best for me. They said that I am outgoing, have a zest for life, and I know what I want.
My friends would all describe me as fiercely independent. If it's not the first thing they say, it's like the top 3.
My friends would describe me as high energy, talkative, probably a hint quirky.
I love to travel, I love to explore. I love food and wine. I actually don't think I could date someone who didn't drink.
I like to run, I like to bike, I do a lot of activities. One of my favorite things is to cook meals for the week or cook meals for a bunch of friends. I will force people to come over to my house to unleash all of the food knowledge that I've learned on the Marilyn Denis show.
Well, I'm a golfer. And I think, I wouldn't say I'm a good golfer, but I'm a golfer and I enjoy it. I love to travel, but I like to travel and see cities. I'm not a traveler, I'm not a backpacker. Probably, did I mention golf?
In terms of men, I want someone who's not boring. I want someone who is confident. I want someone who is kind. And it sounds really cliche, but I want someone who loves their mum. I've gravitated towards the guy that loves himself, who can walk into a room and thinks he's the life of the party.
I'm definitely looking for someone with a sense of humor. He has to be able to make me laugh and laugh at my jokes at the same time.
Type of guy that I'm looking for is somebody that is reliable, punctual, I don't like a jokey joke type guy.
Also someone who has that kind of childlike sense of play, someone who's not quite immature, but is willing to be spontaneous and playful and just have a good time. But I am a bit of an introvert, so the challenge is with work, because I'm always communicating with other people, I do kind of need that quiet downtime. So someone who can respect when I need to kind of be by myself.
They have to get on with my friends. My friends are my everything. My family is my everything.
If I find myself laughing on a date, you're going to get a second date.
I'm just go with the flow. If someone says we're going here today, I'm going there today.
Somebody that is never on time will never be with me.
I've been on a blind date before, but never one this blind. I have had no involvement in picking this guy whatsoever. I've told the producers who I am and what I'm looking for, and that's it. So it's going to be a total surprise when I see this person.
I do know that I'm going on a picnic. I just don't know who with.
Picnic. So not my thing.
I really like the idea of being set up by Sebastien Centner. He's kind of an interesting choice for a matchmaker.
He's like the cool uncle.
He's actually really good at reading people.
I definitely trust him.
That is a life goal right there. A first date set up by Sebastien Centner. Done. Life complete.
I love it. This is so much fun. Please welcome Tara, Leslie, and Alex. Okay, so this has been quite the project. So, Tara, why did you sign up for this one?
I needed a total reboot, a redesign of how I was approaching dating. I don't think I've changed it since I was in my 20s. So
Right.
the same guys, the same approach. It was just feeling very same, and boring.
And the world has changed as far as dating.
Big time. My
Big
world
time.
has changed since I was in my 20s.
Yeah,
so,
right.
yeah.
So you had to look at it differently. But were you
Totally.
scared a little bit?
Terrified.
But there's something that said to you, I got to do this.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
I think surrendering control to someone else and letting someone else make the decisions was great because I wasn't making good decisions.
Right, okay, good. And also, we're filming this, and so
Yes.
if you want to sue us, you can.
I knew it was going to be good content, yeah.
She said like a producer, I knew it'd be good content. Leslie, what about you? What about you?
Well, it was long overdue.
Yeah?
It was long overdue, and I was looking for some excitement, and I did get excitement.
Yeah, you did get excited.
I did.
Yes, that's good. But, because you emphasize golf so much, you'd think that because you're out on the golf course that you would be meeting people that way.
Yeah.
No?
Not yet.
No? Not yet?
Not yet. Maybe after this show.
Yeah, right.
They'll come up. I don't know.
I just want to tell you, just dawned on me, a couple of my friends said that they met their future husbands at charity golf events. Oh. Just saying. Ooh. Throwing it out there.
Okay, all right.
And then, Alex, you were complaining to Sebastien about, there's no good guys, I'm not dating. And then he came up with this idea, and why did you sign up?
Yeah, he is my, like, sounding board. He became kind of my cool dad.
You mean uncle, don't you?
But also, Sebastien and Sheila have the most amazing marriage.
They do. They do. Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I want that. And the idea of being set up, and I'm kind of a traditionalist in that respect. And also, my dad won't see it because he lives in New Zealand.
So you didn't hear that we're now being seen in New Zealand. I didn't send out that memo. Anyway, I applaud all of you for what Tara calls good content. Okay, so here's what happened when Alexis Hans took our producers shopping for their blind date outfits.
Okay, girls, I hear we all have some first dates coming up on the show. Are you excited?
So excited. So excited.
You gotta let go. You gotta give control away.
That's hard. That's hard.
We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. It's gonna be fun and factual because I brought you to my favorite store called Monaco. Okay, Alex, you're gonna be #1. Fashion. Fashion's fun.
We're gonna see Tara's blind date when we come back. All right, stay with us. With Sebastien Centner and Jessica O'Reilly, and Sebastien had this great idea of setting up 3 of our producers on blind dates, and now it's time to see how it all went. Now, we're going to start with Tara, okay? And I want you to tell us about her and how you decide who to set her up with.
Okay, so you all know Tara very well. She's super A-type. She likes to be in charge of everything. Everything's like nailed down to the littlest detail. So I thought she was gonna be really difficult, but she turned out to be much easier to match up because she gave me like so much to go on. I think I got like a 3-page memo as to what she was looking for, what she wasn't looking for. So I actually had a harder time trying to narrow down the guys because so many of them like fit well. But then I found Matt.
Tell us about Matt.
So Matt is this terrific guy. He's a banker.
Matt.
But the banker thing kind of scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's actually very, very involved in not-for-profit and charity work and all these sorts of things. And really interesting guy. So he has this sort of playfulness that she was looking for. And then I noticed one of the last lines in both of their little profiles was, she loves kayaking. He owns a kayak. I mean, come on. This is like a marriage made in heaven. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit there, but I told her, this works out, I want the wedding.
Very good. I got it. Well, here's Tara's date with Matthew.
Hey.
Hi, Sebastien.
How are you? You look
How
fabulous.
Thank you. Marilyn let me use her people, so I'm ready and I'm good to go.
All right, awesome. Are you excited?
I am terrified. I am so nervous.
Matthew, when I read his profile, I thought he had the most in common with Tara, and that was really exciting. He's an awesome guy.
Okay.
And I mean, how can you not have fun here?
This is true. This is true. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Okay. I have never been this nervous in my entire life. I haven't done any mental prep work, and I don't, it's hitting me now. I don't know what I've gotten myself into.
Hi, this is for you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Matt. I'm a single parent living in the beach, and I do quite a bit of nonprofit work.
The flowers totally threw me off. I have never, ever been presented flowers on a date. Have you ever been to an arcade?
No, I haven't been here before. It's a great venue, but I haven't been here before. But I think I should take my kids here. But
Yeah. Oh, you have kids?
yeah, I have two.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old are they?
9 boy, daughter 12.
The two kids were a surprise. I guess that, you know, that's the benefit of not knowing what to expect.
My kids are a very important part of my life. They're basically the first decision I ever make all the time. I think of them first. So yeah, they're the most important thing in my life. Yeah, I sometimes get to the west side because my nonprofit runs out of the west side. So since I've been doing that, it's been getting me like more into the Roncy neighborhood. And I love that.
What's your nonprofit, you said?
Basically, like no one was doing anything about the homeless and the food crisis and the shelter crisis in this winter, and it was actually like insane.
Yeah.
So you know, by April we've delivered 6,000 meals. We've done 2,500 care packages. 2,500 socks. And we would do just outreach, and then we'd hit the various shelters every single weekend.
He is very easy to talk to, and he is a fascinating human being. Like, he would just drop these factoids about himself, and I would have like a million follow-up questions.
Our goal is really like just to keep doing what we're doing and hoping we're making a difference.
Tara said she wanted to see passion in a man. With his not-for-profit work, he's clearly super passionate about that. He's devoted a lot of time to doing these amazing initiatives, and I think that shows something that really fits well with what she's looking for.
It's very rewarding.
It sounds like it would be.
I think the date's going very well. I think there's some chemistry and we're connecting on a lot of items. So you're focusing on like fitness?
Yes, I've cousins in Vancouver. They've always run marathons, so that was always a goal for me. So I started out slow, and I did a 10K, and then a half marathon, and then a full marathon, and then I've done like 3 half marathons since.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm a runner. I've done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like mostly half. I kind of get bored, but I mostly do half marathons. Yeah.
The fact that he's athletic is really important to me because so much of my private life is spent doing training runs. So you know that's potentially something we could do together.
I do like doing physical things and kind of exploring, going on adventures, and yeah, fitness and outdoors is a big part of my life.
Hey guys.
Hi.
So how's it going?
Great.
Good. You've had something to eat? Getting to know each other a little bit?
Yeah.
She just seems to be smiling a lot, laughing a lot, so they look like they're having a good time. And from my point of view, all signs point towards hopefully a second date.
The chatting has been really great. I actually wish we had more time to spend talking to each other.
You want to run over and try these things out?
Yeah, sure. We'll figure it out together, I guess. Sure. That's good.
I think we kind of steered to the old school game first, and that was, we both really liked that, I think, so we connected right away.
I would say I'm going to give this a 99.9% chance that there's going to be a second date.
That was a lot of fun. Hey, I had a great time.
I had so much fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed meeting you.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it again.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, awesome. Okay, let's go. Yeah, sure.
I would 100% go on a second date with Matt. I wish that this date continued even longer, but I know you had to go somewhere.
I think Tara's a very nice person, and yeah, I wouldn't mind hanging out with her again for sure.
I'm so happy. We're going to get Tara's thoughts in just a moment. But Jessica, how do you think Tara's date went?
Well, I think it went pretty well. And what I love about this date is, number one, that you were nervous. Because I think that so many people want to draw the nerves out of big experiences, when in fact, research shows that you need a little bit of nervousness in order to perform at your optimal and also really enjoy yourself. If you're not nervous, you don't care. And if you're invested in something, there's a small degree of nerves, not over the top. So that's the first thing. I also love the way Sebastien picked this date, because it was a show, not tell date. And so many dates have now been reduced to self-proclamations. I'm so much fun. I love to have a good time. Well, don't tell me, show me. And you set that up perfectly. So this was your magic.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Sebastian's magic. Way to go. Wow. Way to go, Dad. So, are you happy with the choice? Are you happy with what you saw?
I'm thrilled. I feel like Cupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe Daddy Cupid, according to Alex. No, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, Jessica's 100% right. Like, going into this, Tara was so nervous. I think I gave her like 3 hugs before going in. She was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I signed up for this."
Yeah.
But as soon as she got to the bar and met Matt, and he presented her with flowers. I mean, flowers.
That was awesome,
Like,
Matt.
True gentlemen still exist.
Yeah, they do. They do.
They just hit it off. They could talk about almost anything. It just kept going. It looked like they could talk for hours.
Yeah, you felt that way.
Yeah, big time.
I honestly think that this has the highest chances I've seen of a date of going a lot further.
What do you? Okay, so
Fingers
let me
crossed.
ask you this: is there a second date?
There has already been a second date.
Success.
Is there going to be a third one?
There's talk of a bike date coming up.
Oh, okay, I'm loving it. You could just feel it was a happy. You guys were both very invested in one another and like really cared about meeting one another, and I love that about that. He's a true gentleman. I'm so happy for you. Okay, thanks to the Rec Room, we get to go. You're all going to go home with a gift card. So thank you to them. Leslie's blind date is up next. Leslie, the golfer, she's coming up right after this. It is all about finding summer love today, and Sebastien set up 3 of our producers on blind dates, and Jess is here to help us break those dates down. So we're going to talk about that after the date. But Leslie's up next. Tell us about who you set her up with.
So Leslie, she was tough to set up. She had a lot of...
Leslie?
She had a lot of no-goes on her list, like no facial hair, no kids, no this, no... There's so many I can't even list them all. But I found Ben. I think there's a chance on this one, but we're gonna have to see how it goes.
Okay, Ben. Okay, all right. Here's Leslie and Ben's blind date.
Hey, Leslie.
Hi, Sebastien.
You ready?
No, but I will be.
You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You look handsome. You look
Thank you
fabulous
very much.
too.
Well, I'm not the one going on the date.
Well, you can if you want.
No, you're going to be great. This is going to be fantastic.
Wonderful.
And I want you to keep an open mind. Anything that starts with a beer tasting has to end well.
I agree.
All right, let's go inside.
Okay, great.
We're going to meet Ben.
All right. Now that Sebastian's here, it's making me feel a little bit less nervous. And now that nervousness is excitement, and I can't wait to meet him.
Hey, Ben, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Great to see you.
My name is Ben, and I'm a carpenter, and I love spending time with my 3 boys and making music and painting.
I'd like you to meet Leslie.
Hello, Leslie.
Hi, pleased to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Okay, I'm not going to be a third wheel. So it looks like you've got a pint of beer. You're going to need a pint. I'm going to leave you guys to get to know each other a little bit.
Sounds good.
Okay, have a great time.
Thank you, Sebastien.
So I got a chance to meet Ben just a little bit earlier and chat a little bit. He's a great guy, fantastic guy, really down to earth, easy to have a conversation with him. He's a carpenter, which means he's probably good with his hands. That's a good thing.
Well, here's to a first date on national television.
Sounds great.
I feel so sorry for Ben right now. Poor guy. He looks really sweet, though.
Were you born in Toronto?
Hamilton.
Hamilton? What was your favorite thing about Hamilton?
I guess they say that they have a lot of waterfalls.
Okay.
But I haven't seen them because I'm so busy working in Toronto. I don't hike.
Do you prefer urban environments rather than
Yes.
going camping and things like that?
Definitely,
Okay,
definitely. Well, you can't really do this in the woods.
It would be
Yeah,
cumbersome.
no.
Very
They don't have
cumbersome.
taps.
Yeah.
No taps.
I love camping. I do. But it's not critical for me to find someone to go camping with or anything like that.
Camping is just somewhere I don't want to go. So I just tried to draw the conversation back to where I want it to be, probably about me.
So what do you do?
I do this.
Nice. All right.
This is what I do.
That's pretty awesome. So
this
you
is-
meet people.
I
and
meet
just have
people and
drinks.
interview. Well, I'm not interviewing you. I'm not interviewing you. I don't want it to feel like an interview. That's not right.
I feel like it's flowing pretty good, and yet I still feel like I need to figure out how to help Leslie really relax, because I think the pressure of her being almost in a career environment is keeping her from really appreciating the date.
I really like to listen. I do talk a lot, but I also like to listen.
Do you find you listen more when you're going back over it or in the moment?
Oh my gosh, I've never been asked that.
I thought I would check in mid-date. I just wanted to sort of drop in under the guise that I was dropping off a charcuterie platter for them.
You just whip this together right now?
Yeah, we had a little bit of help
Oh,
from the brewery and some charcuterie. Anyways, enjoy. I just thought I'd give you something else to talk about.
Oh, thank you. I think I was doing pretty good.
I think you're doing great. I think you're both doing
Are
awesome.
you?
The fact that they were laughing and having a good time to me is a great sign.
We're going to end up having these stains all over ourselves.
No, no. I come prepared.
Yeah, I have Band-Aids in my wallet.
Oh,
but
you have
that's
been,
just
well,
'cause
do you cut yourself often?
I have little kids.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't think that Leslie was more surprised than anybody else I've told that I have 3 kids. Once there's 3 kids, you've just got to try to be really
Wow. 3 children?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Here, let me take a drink. Cheers, good. Congratulations
And they're
on
all
the...
boys.
Wow. Ben is a father to 3 children. That's fantastic for him. Bad for me.
We have a female lizard.
Oh, that's great. So the female in your house is a lizard?
Female lizard, yeah. Do you have any pets?
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
have a parrot.
Okay.
A miniature parrot. He's very persnickety. He's about this big. Oh,
Persnickety is an awesome word.
He's persnickety, yes.
I don't think you find somebody who's got a gecko and a parrot very often, so I thought that was pretty neat that we both had these interesting pets.
Do you get to travel much for your job?
No, I haven't traveled much. I've got an Irish passport
Have you been to Ireland?
a few times, yeah.
Wonderful, though.
Beautiful.
I've always wanted to go. I have not. They have beautiful golf courses. There's a golf course
You
I
golf?
want. Very much so. Do you play golf at all? Ben doesn't golf, which is great because that means I'll be the more amazing golfer.
I had a wonderful
Me
time.
too. Yeah. And thanks for answering my questions because I know it can seem kind of,
It was fun. I hope that she's enjoying her time with me and feel like she's being listened to.
All right, cheers. Cheers. I feel the date was exactly what I hoped it to be. I had a good laugh. I haven't had this much fun in a long time, and it feels good.
That is unique. We're going to talk to Leslie in just a second, but Jessica, how did you think the date went?
Well, I think you had a lovely time. I don't know that there was a love connection, but what I really loved is how upfront you are about your needs, because I think there's a lot of game playing, and I even hear some professionals in my field say, oh, well, don't talk about the serious issues on the first date, get to know them. But for working professionals, you don't have time to go on 15 first dates a month. So I think that if kids are a deal breaker, I think it's better that you're really upfront about it, and I think there's gonna be some people who are put off by you being that upfront, but I think that the ones that are most suited to you are going to come running. So I really admire you. I think you're really brave. I know it's not easy to go on a date, period,
But tell the
let
truth.
alone, to tell the truth and just be yourself.
Right.
And there's so much bad advice out there, right? Like, don't intimidate them and try and adjust your behavior. No, be you. Be a good version of you.
Be you. Yeah, I say the same. Be you, and have manners. Just, you know, be kind. Sebastian?
Well, okay. I like Ben a lot.
I do too.
I know you love him. I thought it was an interesting choice. I knew he had 3 kids going into it. I didn't share that with Leslie because I thought maybe she could overlook that because this guy is such a he seems like he is a great listener, really, really confident, but also just down to earth, very grounded.
Oh, yeah.
And working in the industry that we work in and stuff, it's nice to have somebody you can bounce stuff off who's a little bit more just like, hey, everyday life.
Yeah.
So I thought that would be helpful. But what I liked most about the date was that they looked like they really just had a great time together. If it ends up as a great friendship, then I'll be pretty happy with that too.
Yeah. We love you, Ben.
We do. We do.
Love that. Yeah. Leslie.
Yes.
Tell me. I think I know what you need in a guy, but I'll tell you later.
Okay, that's wonderful.
So Ben was great.
Oh,
you guys
my
had, I
gosh.
mean, you're a great conversationalist. So how did you think it went? Is there going to be a second date?
Do you know, I'm open. Right? I'm leaving my options open. And I think the bottom line is my goal, because I always have a goal when I go on a date. You know, I'm very goal-oriented. And I thought, yes, I am. Yes. And I thought, I want to have fun. I want to have fun and just have a great time. And I had more fun than expected.
Good.
The nerves, you know,
Good.
the nerves
That's
take
good.
you. I would have to say, Marilyn, the nerves were overtaken by excitement.
Oh, good.
And the walls just fell down.
That's good.
You know? So
it's hard not to interview, though, somebody, isn't there?
I'm trying not to right now.
Can I give some advice for
Sure
our
you
next
can.
date?
Yes, you can.
So I think you are amazing. I love the way you're up front. I have this small suggestion for anyone who's dating.
Sure.
But really to focus on how you feel on a date as opposed to assessing the person, because it can be really hard.
How you feel.
Yeah, so how you feel in the presence of anybody is a measure of the relationship.
I love that, Jessica O'Reilly. I love that. Well done. All these pieces, right? All these pieces are going to help you find somebody in your life. Okay, when we come back, it's Alex's blind date. That's fine. I know. That'll be in a couple of minutes. Sebastien Centner, Jessica O'Reilly are with us today. Yay! So Sebastien, just to let everyone know, wanted to play Matchmaker, and he set up 3 of our producers on blind dates. We are down to Alex now. Tell us about how you searched for Alex.
Alex was like the brainchild behind this idea. So, but at the same time, she was kind of a little bit hard. She's the youngest of the producers that we matched up. She kind of typically goes for the jock, like the bad guy, right? And she's a Kiwi. New Zealand. So we were trying to find guys for her, and I kept finding it her type, but I wanted to find somebody who was a little bit off type, who hit some of those boxes. So
why did you do that? Why?
Because I thought, well, clearly it's not working. Like maybe I'm acting a little bit like the dad, as she calls it. I would like to say the overprotective older brother, but we're splitting hairs. So I thought we'd kind of mix it up a little bit, and then I found Joel, who was career-driven, interesting, travels, et cetera, and I thought he looked
cute.
Like, he looks like a young John Stamos.
Yeah.
No? So I thought, come on, Alex will be all over that.
Right? Well, let's find out. Let's see how that date went. Here we go. Alex.
Hey, Alex.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. You're smiling like the Cheshire Cat right now.
Absolutely. I'm so excited. I think I'm more excited about this than you are. So I felt really great about being asked to do this. To me, it was kind of fun, exciting, something new. I'd never done this before. But also because I know the producers a little bit, I had a sense as to kind of what I felt might work. So I've got everything you need for a fantastic date in the park.
Everything?
Everything. I want you to enjoy it, have fun with Joel, and I will check back with you later.
Thank you.
Okay, ciao.
Bye.
So I know Alex is used to dating the party guy, but sometimes what you want and what you need are 2 totally different things. And she did mention quiet and confident, so I think Joel fits the bill perfectly.
Hi, my name is Joel, and I run a Toronto-centric news website, and I'm also a photographer.
As you can see, I've got fruit plates.
You've got the whole setup.
Do you want some Prosecco?
Yes, I would love some, thank you.
Oh, so you do drink?
A little bit.
So what do you do? Who are you?
I run a website called TorontoGuardian.com.
Oh, cool, I know it.
A general arts, culture, news website.
I think the date's going to go great. I mean, first of all, it's a beautiful setting. I think Joel's a great guy. I think Alex can pretty much roll with anything. But also, I brought champagne.
Yes!
Nice.
So what I really liked about Joel's profile was that he looked like he was serious, but he had sort of a fun side to him. And his profile in Bumble looked a little bit like a young John Stamos, and I thought Alex would be all over that.
What about you?
I'm a TV producer, and I'm not from here.
You're from England?
Oh, no, I'm not. Guess again. No, not England, not England. Further south.
New Zealand.
Yes, yeah, I am, yeah. Thank God you didn't say Australia.
Yeah,
We'd be in trouble.
New Zealand is similar in Canada. It has a lot of different landscapes too, right? It's like mountainous, like lush.
We just have a lot more sheep.
A lot more sheep, right?
Yeah.
Alex seems really nice. She's got a great sense of humor. I like that she's from New Zealand. I've heard a lot of great things about there. It's one of the top countries that I want to visit, and I'm excited to learn more about her.
Do you cook?
Yeah, I cook as well.
He can cook! I am excited. What's your best meal?
My specialty is probably mashed potatoes. That's what everyone tells me.
Mashed potato?
Whenever I leave France, my parents are like, we miss your mashed potatoes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, if I could eat one food for the rest of my life,
Yeah.
it would be potatoes.
Perfect match. There we go.
I love to eat. I love to drink. And if you don't love to eat and you don't love to drink, bye. If I gave you $50,000
Yeah.
today, not 100, not a million, what would you do with $50,000?
I'd probably try and grow my business, realistically.
Right. Yeah.
We cover a lot of people, places, businesses in Toronto.
Yeah.
We want to make that bigger.
Yeah.
And give a bigger voice to more locals.
It's really important for me to be passionate about something. I find it sexy. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, you go and get those goals. Cheers.
Cheers.
It was lovely to meet you, and I'm definitely going to hit you up about where to go in Toronto, because I'm still a tourist. But...
Yeah, please do. I'd love to
Awesome.
tell you where to go.
Oh, it was so nice to meet you, Joel.
too.
I had a really, really good time. I'm not going to lie. I think he's a really great guy, and it was really easy. He was really easy to talk to. And you know what? There could be a second date. Who knows?
We're going to get Alex's thoughts in a moment. What did you want him to say, Jessica?
Oh, well, at the end there, this was a cute date, but when you said that you needed some information on Toronto, I was really hoping he'd take that opportunity to say, oh yeah, let me show you around, not I'll send you my blog. And he's lovely. I really loved how practical he was. When you asked that question about if you earn $50,000, I don't think it was to your liking, but to my liking as an expert, I like that he was practical about it, because I feel like today it's all about, you guys don't like this, but I like this. I'm a practical girl, all about big dreams and big spending, and he was going to invest it in his business, so I enjoyed that. Now, having said that, you're an easy dater. I think that you would have a great time on any date. No, not that kind of easygoing dater. You watch yourself, Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think,
Clarification.
yeah, I really like that you don't interview. You are asking questions that genuinely interest you, and you're such a natural, so you're gonna have no problem on upcoming dates, whether it's with Joel or with someone else.
All right, Sebastien.
Well, nobody's good enough for my daughter. No, you know what? I thought on paper Joel could fit the bill. He's a great guy. He's, great relationship material. I don't think that he can handle Alex. I think Alex has got, she's got too much energy and excitement, and I think the only way that, my hindsight, I should have brought more champagne.
So, Alex, how'd you feel about everything?
Well, I'm a conversationalist, and I feel like I can talk to anyone. But I feel like I was coming 80%, and I wasn't getting much back. And I just felt like, there wasn't enough of a spark there to take it further.
Right.
Saying that, I think he's such a great guy. Like, he's got so much going for him, and I think he would be such a perfect match for one of my friends. So.
And that happens too. That's being a good friend, because that's sometimes we're going, sometimes I wonder how friends set us up and go, do you not know me?
Yeah.
And why'd you? But at the same time, you got to have a couple of hours with him, and that's awesome. Well, I want to say thank you to Sebastien and to Jess. Come on out, you two. Leslie and Tara and Alex. Ready? Nobody got hurt in this process. And what I think it might do is make you, after doing this show, feel not so shy to get back into dating again, right? Is that how you feel about it?
Absolutely.
Did you learn a lot about yourself on this?
Yes.
Did you?
I did.
Because I learned a lot about you, too.
I did.
But did you?
Yeah.
What was a takeaway for you, Alex?
For me, it was someone else, and Tara and I talked about this.
Okay.
when your friends set you up and when your friends know the personality you are, you think you know yourself, but your friends see you in a different way.
Right.
And Sebastien saw me differently, and, you know, he was like, you're this, this, and this. I was like, am I? So, you know, and I think that was a real big thing, because I was like, okay, that's how people see me.
Yeah. You felt the same way?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'd just like to say that it was a bonding experience for us three.
Yeah,
and everybody in the office.
That's good. You're not alone.
Yeah,
you're not alone. And what about you, Tara?
For me, this was a huge confidence boost. I mean, also with everyone in the office and all the conversations in the weeks leading up to it, it's just felt like a big, giant hug. Like I've got a giant cheerleading section.